What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, bringing you another Madden 60 projected ratings video. Today, we are looking at the Carolina Panthers. As always, this video hits 30 likes, a new video uploaded soonish. If this video hits 50 likes, a new video uploaded immediately. So without further ado, looking at the top 5 players on the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, at number 1, it's going to be Luke Kuechly. Debatably the best middle linebacker in the NFL, pulling in a 97 overall. Still, you can see 23 years of age. He still hasn't even hit his fucking prime yet, which is terrifying. Number 2 is going to be G-Reg with the third leg. If you don't know what that is, if you guys do look at that reference, you guys suck, and go look up 7th Floor Crew, the Miami University rap. Greg Olsen is probably, without a doubt, the greatest rhyme spitter in NFL history. 96 overall, I think a top 3 tight end in this league for sure. Number 3 is Tommy Davis, 92 overall, right outside linebacker. Number 4, Charles Johnson, 90 overall, defensive end. And of course, right on the top 5, you got to have Cam Newton, 88 overall. From a physical standpoint, the greatest quarterback I think I've ever seen. He just needs to get everyone around him to help him pull everything together. So now looking at individual breakdown, obviously as we just talked about, Cam Newton, 88 overall. Offensive line and wide receiving help has not even been there. Even the run game has struggled. I just think they have not done the most they possibly can to help Cam Newton succeed, especially with just how freakishly freaky he is. Last year, just over 3,000 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, so the turnovers are still there, still a little high. 530 rushing yards and 5 touchdowns on the ground, so even his rushing numbers are down a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised now that they're going to be paying him a whole fuck ton of money. If they're like, hey, maybe just don't run as much because we don't want you to be tear your ACL and end up like Michael Vick. But still, I think Cam Newton's fucking by far the funnest quarterback to play in Madden games. So 88 is very fair based on his stats. Other than running back, now Jonathan Stewart, he's gone. D'Angelo Williams has moved on to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe. So now it's Jonathan Stewart's time to finally be that feature back. It really came on strong near the end of the year last year. Finished the season, 8 games started, 800 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. I think, sleeper here in fantasy, people. Sleeper here in fantasy. Jonathan Stewart can get it done. He just needs to stay healthy. Obviously, he's been injury prone his entire career. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I think 81's fair enough for Mr. Stewart. Fullback Mike Tolbert, one of the best fullbacks in the league. Obviously a dying position. Didn't even have a rushing touchdown last year. Garbage. I remember he used to have like 6-7 rushing touchdowns a year. Still giving an 85 though, solid blocker. Now look at wide receivers. Obviously the emergence of Kelvin Benjamin as a rookie must be fucking just amazing to have for Cam Newton. So we gave him an 85 overall last year. He had 73 receptions for 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. Obviously him, Mike Evans, Odell Beckham Jr., Jordan Matthews of the Eagles to an extent, all those rookies. Sammy Watkins had outstanding years, so they're going to probably go down. They should and will go down as the greatest rookie wide receiving core in NFL history. Then you got, Jericho Cotchery, who's been a role player. Ted Ginn coming over from, I don't even know where the fuck he's coming from. 49ers maybe? Some weird team. But then they had the rookie Devin Funchess, who I still am not exactly sure why they took him. He's pretty much a like for like. For Kelvin Benjamin, I think Kelvin Benjamin's a much better wide. Personally, Kelvin Benjamin was incredibly raw last year, and he succeeded. I think Devin Funchess is not as good as Kelvin Benjamin in pretty much every category, and he's even more raw. So, not exactly sure what they're doing here. But obviously, if he does pan out having a 6'5", 240-pound wide receiver, and a 6'5", 230-pound wide receiver lining up on opposing sides is fucking disgusting if it does work out. Now looking at the tight end, Greg Olsen. Like I said, big fan of Greg Olsen. Fucking G-Reg with his third leg last year. 84 receptions, 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. One of the best receiving tight ends in this league. Also underrated in his blocking. Very unselfish player and phenomenal player. Made the Pro Bowl last year as well. Now look at the offensive line, which has been just... Their offensive line sucks. I still can't believe they didn't go after an offensive lineman in the first round. What, did they? They might have actually. Let's see. Before I look like a fucking idiot. Yeah, they didn't. Alright, so... left tackle Michael Orr, 72 overall, really has not Mr. Blindside himself. He's just developed into an average offensive lineman. Hopefully he can kind of get a nice fresh start in his career. I don't know where he was last year. Was he still with Baltimore? I don't know, but kind of turned into a journeyman now. Left guard Amini Silatolu. I remember he was the big, 2 years ago, was the big small school offensive lineman prospect. Pretty average, get beat a lot of times last year. Center Ryan Khalil still, remains the consistent, big-time player in this offensive line. 85 overall. Right guard Trey Turner had a really good rookie season last year, so we gave him a 78 overall. And right tackle Nate Chandler, 75. What do they got? Jonathan Martin. Jesus Christ. Give fucking Cam Newton some blocking. Not only on the defensive side of the ball, now they're short woman beater and Greg Hardy, which I mean that's a good move right there. Fuck Greg Hardy. They still got Charles Johnson, so we give Charles Johnson a 90 overall. Last year had 8.5 sacks, 40 tackles, 3 forced fumbles. As good, and I would say he's still slightly underrated for a defensive end, so we gave him a 90. Now replacing Greg Hardy is going to be Coney Ely, who I believe, with increased snaps is going to be, well, he pretty much showed last year. Was he hurt? I don't even think he got started, but he still had 4 sacks last year and somewhat limited playing time, so I think he's going to make the big jump his sophomore season, and they're going to be saying Greg Hardy who by the end of the year. Look at the defensive tackle, Star Lotulelei. We gave him an 87 overall. Last year, Star Lotulelei. Was he hurt? What do we got here for Mr. Star? 13 games started, 2 sacks, as well as 30 tackles. Interior, big fucking mammoth of a man. And the pairing with him and Quan Short, that was pretty much their goal, was to be able to build how these guys grow together. And they're starting to have a pretty terrifying defensive line. Quan Short, we gave him an 82 overall after he had 3.5 sacks last year, 40 tackles. Like I said, that was the key. You clearly saw, I believe they went 1-2 this first round and second round 2 years ago. They knew what they were doing. Look at the left outside linebacker, A.J. Klein. We gave him his 76 overall. Last year he had 40 tackles. Not too much production, and we're going to see what the weapon. He was a first round pick. Sorry, it wasn't even Devin Funchess. It was Shaq Thompson. Absolute 100% project of players. Is he going to play outside linebacker? Is he going to play running back? Is he going to play safety? Who fucking knows? The Panthers are still in a position where there's so many holes. They don't have the luxury of being able to take a project guy and to sit on them and develop with their first round pick, especially with gaping holes in their offensive line, gaping holes in their secondary. Obviously, like I said, this pick. If you're a fucking Panther fan, I know Shaq Thompson's a beast player, but what are you going to play him? There's way more finished projects they could have got in this draft as opposed to going with an absolute project player. So, I don't know. Cam Newton probably wasn't happy with that pick. Then we got middle linebacker Luke Kuechly, 97 overall last year. 1 interception, 13 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 3 sacks, and 170 tackles. He's a freak. He's a fucking freak. I actually think he's slowly going to uproot Cam Newton as the face of the franchise, if he already hasn't. Right outside linebacker, Tommy Davis, 92 overall, another outstanding season, even at 31 years of age. Started 15 games, had 2 forced fumbles, 2.5 sacks, as well as 110 tackles. So, absolute beast. The combination of him and Luke Kuechly is, very, 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 very strong there to go along with a pretty good interior defensive line. Looking at the secondary, adding Charles Peanut Tillman, coming over from the Chicago Bears after a really, really bad injury-plagued season. Not sure how much is left in the tank. I think there was kind of Hail Mary, we're still kind of fucked in the secondary, especially if Shaq Thompson can't develop into a safety. Let's just take a feeler on, the fucking best forced fumbling corner in the NFL. Then you got Josh Norman here, 76 overall. Last year, 2 interceptions, around 50 tackles. But that secondary, you could have got a fucking corner. You idiots. You could have got Eric Rowe. Thank God you didn't get Eric Rowe. But you could have got someone like that. Look at a free safety. Trey Boston came on pretty strong in the year, the end of the year last year. Only 5 games started. Had an interception and 30 tackles. I think he actually, on paper, I remember the couple games I watched, he was really good. And then for the strong safety, that Roman Harper, we gave Roman Harper a 77 overall. Last year, 16 games started, 4 interceptions, 1 sack, as well as 60 total tackles. Maybe actually it should be a little bit higher. 4 interceptions. Was able to make a lot of plays in the air. Probably that could be maybe adjusted to an 80, 81. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Kicker Graham Gano, we gave him an 80, and punter Brad Nortman, 81. Fuck, he's a fucking fuck special teams. Am I right? Or am I right? But there, guys, those are their overall projected Madden 16 ratings for the Carolina Panthers. As always, this video hits 30 likes, a new video uploaded soonish. 50 likes, a new video will be uploaded immediately. Let's hit 1,000 subs, guys. I want 10,000 subs by the time the new Madden comes out. I think we can do it. That's pretty much it. So until next time, guys, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.